Oh my, this episode of My Big Fat Fabulous Life had me laughing a few times. We have naked bedroom business decisions being made. Glenn dishes some dirt and tells us how he really feels. And then we see Heather breaks out of her shell. And of course, we have progress about Babs, rehab, and how Henchy is helping. Welcome back to Tea with Trishy. Let's get into this. The episode starts out on the couch with Whitney, Glenn, and Hunter explaining that Babs has been in rehab for 3 weeks now, and only Glenn is allowed to go into the rehab to see her due to C-19 rules and restrictions. He goes every day to spend with his wife and continues to show his sweet love and devotion for adorable little Babs. Whitney is very thankful to have seen some progress in Babs' recovery. Some of the milestones they see are her walking well and giving kisses. Then Glenn shares some concerns that rehab has brought out some bad language. Is this due to the rehab center? I remember sending my kids to school and they would come home sometimes with some colorful words. Maybe she is learning them from rehab? What do you think? Or are these just childhood memories that have been brought to the forefront of her memory due to the stroke? And she's excited to use these words that she now remembers. She says, Glenn does chuckle when Whitney and Hunter talk about the words she is saying. I know Whitney and Hunter try to get Glenn to say those words and he is just like, no, we don't say those words. Then we get into Whitney is asleep, naked might I add, I know, TMI, in her bed when Lenny arrives and comes into her room and climbs into bed with her to ask her some questions about uploading videos and how long it should take. He explains that he's enjoying the video editing for the No BS Active app, although it is tedious. So, while Lenny is in bed with naked Whitney, he is scratching her back. Sweet and innocent Glenn walks in on them. Lenny promptly sits up and opens his laptop, pretending to be working. Glenn asks, what is going on? And Lenny says, they're working. Glenn doesn't let it go and presses to find out what exactly they are doing. This was so funny to watch and I actually laughed like a crazy person. It just tickled me beyond belief because Glenn just kept asking questions and continued to walk into the room and walk towards them. He did not let it go. Glenn shares that Babs was not doing well the previous day and only took a shower but missed all of her physical therapy. They are not sure why she wasn't responding very well and more just kind of looking off. Whitney remembered that after Babs' first stroke, they took their Pomeranian Tori to see Babs and how that brightened up her spirits. So they decided that they were going to see if they could get Henchy in to see if that will brighten Babs' spirits. Glenn was able to get Henchy approved to go into the rehab center and visit Babs to see if Henchy can maybe brighten her mood. Because after all, Henchy is her favorite of Whitney's cats. I know it would brighten my day to have Henchy or preferably Wanda Lisa come visit me. Wanda Lisa now is my favorite of Whitney's cats. As Glenn was getting ready to leave, saying it was getting late, Whitney laughed because it was only 9 a.m. and she told her dad that he knows she does not like to wake up before 11 a.m. and he is lucky her boyfriend does not live there. Glenn questioned and said he did not know Whitney had a boyfriend. Total jab. Lenny laughs and Whitney gives a shocked look and says, of course she has a boyfriend. That is why she went to France for the summer. Glenn dismisses it and says that it's a long-distance relationship that he doubts will develop into anything. Long distance would be difficult to maintain. Not to mention, if Lenny, her ex, is an employee, she should pick a more professional place to discuss business then, while she is naked in the bed. He suggests as he is leaving that she should consider moving her business meeting out of the bedroom and into the front room. I love Glenn. He is so funny and to the point. He was not pleased to see Whitney naked in bed with her ex, who she's claiming to be just an employee. Buddy and friends go into an art studio to make Babs some art from the heart. Buddy actually organized the entire thing, which was very nice of him to do. Buddy and Heather are the first to arrive, and Heather congratulates Buddy on his engagement to Courtney. Buddy says he is growing up, and Heather could not resist a little jab saying, "It's about time." So they are painting wood blocks, and Buddy says they are all there whipping Babs up some magical wood. I must have the giggles tonight because that seemed like an odd thing to say too, and made me giggle. The art piece came out very special. Lenny is getting the hang of taping for No BS Active, but Whitney has to correct Lenny on the direction of the cell phone for the video. She explains that Lenny is learning a lot of the editing, but she is still not quite sure if she wants to keep him permanent. Lenny is confident that he can handle Whitney because she can be demanding, and he knows he will just need to go along with everything Whitney says. Whitney immediately starts out her first video with Lenny filming and puts him on blast by apologizing to her audience that if the video stinks, it's because we have a new cameraman. Poor guy. At the end of the filming, Whitney looks over his video and isn't sure she likes it and says the jury is still out. She also doesn't want Lenny to know that she's actually in a hard place and she's kind of desperate for a producer and videographer because she has no one else. Wondering if that could be because she is too demanding, like Lenny said. No one else wants to do this for her. What do you think, besties? Would you want Whitney to be your boss? Whitney and Buddy pack up sweet little Henchy and take him to the rehab center in this bubble-like backpack. Henchy does not like it, but he is so cute. Glenn has to come outside to get Henchy, and Glenn shares that the doctors are going to let Whitney and Hunter see Babs, which is very exciting news because it's been weeks since Whitney has seen her mom in person. Glenn walks off wearing the backpack with Henchy in it and takes Henchy into the rehab. Now remember last episode and Whitney was swiping for Heather on the dating app? Well, Whitney has taken it a little bit further this time. Whitney had actually been messaging guys on the dating app for Heather. Whitney gathered 5 of her choices for Heather and scheduled them for a group date with Heather. This little meet and greet happened at Wine and Design, a painting studio. It actually gave me bachelorette vibes. Only 4 of the guys showed up on time, and then shortly into the date, in walks guy number 5, and they poke fun at him for being late. But he seems chill and jumps right into his little painting station. I've got to say, Mr. Tardy has some very nice eyes and some adorable dimples. Heather is so nervous. She says she has not been on a date with 2 guys in 3 months, let alone 5 guys in the same night. They all painted portraits to represent Heather, and she voted Mr. Tardy as the winner. Something about Mr. Tardy is charming. Finally, family is allowed to visit Babs, so Buddy, again, a great idea, has them all create and hold up signs outside of Babs' window while Whitney's inside visiting Babs. I am not sure where this came from, but seems Buddy has been having some very kind and generous ideas that he has planned out. Remember in the past, he always seemed a little bit selfish. I am liking this new side of Buddy. They all hold up signs outside of Babs' rehab room, and she can see them through the live video chat. She tells them she loves them. Whitney comes downstairs out of the rehab center to see her friends, and they give her the gift that they had painted for Babs. Whitney shares that Babs is doing better than expected, and the rehab is actually giving her an additional week, which will give them additional time to find a suitable place for Babs to go after rehab. Whitney is so thankful to her friends and all these friends that are there to show love and support for her mom, Babs. Next week, they will be talking about where Babs will go after rehab in a week, and they need to begin the renovations on Glenn and Babs' home so that she can ultimately come home. Sounds like the remodeling that Whitney was trying to have done a few years ago has now become a reality, and they are moving forward to make the home more comfortable for Babs since her stroke. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you will not miss out on any quality time. Let's keep sipping some tea, besties, in one of these videos. I'll see you there.